the Blues feel like the most like the Kings style game that you've played this year, kind of stylistically?
Yeah, for sure. Probably like the full 60. I feel like there's been a lot of games where we played really well, but then there's been like bad like 10 minutes or whatever, and that's been causing us the game. But yeah, I think we played a really good game.
Was it frustrating? Like Jimmy kind of called it like the big moments in the game have kind of gone against you, even when you've had those long stretches. Was it frustrating to feel like you guys are playing pretty well, but those moments are just deciding the games early?
Yeah, it is frustrating, obviously, and but I feel like we've managed well to not kind of let the team spirit go down on that, and keep our focus always on the next game and in the future. So, yeah.
How do you, as a forward, like the rotation where you're not always playing with the same guys? Like you're with Kevin and Q, but Jimmy does kind of like to move the forwards around from shift to week.
It's fine. I mean, we have so many great players on this team, so it doesn't really matter who you play with. So. Yeah, it's okay.
When you guys have had some of these games early in the season, not just the overtime games, but some games where you've battled back in the third period, this last game had the lead and then had to hold on to it in overtime. To have those games and moments early in the season, is that a benefit to have some of those early on as you go further and further into the year?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's also a sign of us not kind of, or us playing good in games. I feel like we just haven't been scoring that much from the chances we had. So, but like eventually, if you keep playing and grinding it out, so it will come for sure. So, but yeah, it's a good thing to have those bounce backs.
Every team is different to play against. What challenges do Dallas pose for you guys?
Big team. They skate well, have a lot of skill. Yeah, they're just a good team every year going into the playoffs, and yeah, it's going to be a good game for sure.
I'm sure you've seen the work that Corey Perry's put in over the last few weeks to get back. How nice is it to finally see him get the reward and get to join the group?
Oh, it's great. I feel like I kind of recovered from the injury way faster than I first thought. But yeah, it's awesome to have him back on the ice and with the team.
We had Morsey didn't practice yesterday, so we wanted to get him some different reps. It was a pretty light practice as far as physicality, so I would say he's still a ways away.
Saw Morsey out there today, all good to go, likely for him?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
With Kopi out, has this been an opportunity for a guy like Quinton to maybe see how he takes a little bit bigger piece of the pie, knowing that Kopi isn't going to be here forever?
I really don't look at it like that. I think with Kopi out, we need everybody to take a little bit piece of the pie. So that's 18, 19 minutes a night that's getting distributed in different ways. I don't think Q's ice time or role has increased, but I do think as a group we've had to do just a little bit more without him.
Maybe not just for Q then, but just like a little bit of a looking ahead moment of like, hey, when Kopi isn't here, a lot of different guys have to step up and kind of grow in that way.
Oh, we haven't looked that far ahead. I see where you're going with the question, and it really is a fair question. But yeah, we haven't, that's, we got it right between the lines here. We got our hands full with October 23rd today, whatever day it is. So that's where we're at, yeah.
CC and Dumoulin, how have you seen them adjusting to, just a few games in so far, but what's that adjustment been like for each of them? What have you seen so far?
Yeah, I think they're on the upswing, both of them. It takes a little time when you adjust to a new team, new systems, all that kind of stuff. Everybody goes through it. But yeah, we really like where they're starting to get going. I think our ice time between our defensemen is starting to spread a little bit, and those two guys have done a good job.
Alex Laferriere, we know that you guys have seen that opportunity to put him in the middle, and he's been working on faceoffs. But last game gets the goal. What did you think about his 60-minute effort the other night in the middle and with the top line?
Well, I thought it was good. So the biggest concern is faceoffs. That's really hard for a guy who's played wing. So that one comes with time. The next concern is, can you play in your own end, which is a difficult task. And what he does very well. He's good down low. We haven't seen him. He had one little mistake last game, and he was able to clean it up with a shot block. So once you can trust him in those areas, Laff's a good player. He's strong in the States. He can skate. I thought it was good for his confidence just to get a goal. He hasn't been as dangerous offensively this year as we know him to be. So that was an important part, I think, just for his general confidence. But playing center, not a problem for him whatsoever.
When you look at Perry's game from start to finish, what you're all taking
Well, I tell you, I didn't intend to play him almost 15 minutes, so the first impression kind of speaks for itself. I thought he was going good. He adjusted to the speed. He was one of our more dangerous players in the offensive zone, which is what we've come to expect from him. So yeah, and he didn't fade as the game went on. A lot of times you get the adrenaline going early and maybe you start to fade. He didn't do that. We'll see now. The first game was usually the easiest. We'll see as the grind gets in where he goes, but really strong first impression.
The Carolina game, I remember you were really disappointed with not being ready for a start you knew was coming. This building at the start always feels just very important. Is that just a big point of emphasis? I know it always is, but especially in this one.
Yeah, I think the way I look at it is St. Louis game. So we came off that game at Carolina. St. Louis, we were ready to go at the drop of the puck. So there it is again. So we have to bring that same mindset the way we started St. Louis, desperate, fast, hungry to be first to the puck, so right from the opening whistle, to tonight. There's no question. That should really be a theme all year, but there are a couple buildings that seem to get you a little quicker. I think Colorado is one, Carolina is one, Dallas is one. So yeah, there's a lot of truth in what you're saying there.
Getting off to fast starts, is it a little tougher when it's an 8 p.m. start as opposed to maybe a 7 o'clock?
I don't know. We'll see, but it's 8 p.m. for both teams. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a disruption to how your normal circadian goes for a game day. But that's just part of the mental challenge. I don't think it's physical.